In this new class of our course on electronics applied to refrigeration and air conditioning, we are going to study the anomaly in the inverter compressor control of air conditioners, one of the most important, complex, and frequent electronic failures in modern inverter systems. This type of failure is detected by a specialized electronic circuit responsible for constantly monitoring communication signals, power supply voltages, compressor rotation speed, current consumption, and different protection parameters of the inverter system. When an error code related to inverter compressor control appears, it normally means that the system has detected an abnormal condition in the compressor, in the IPM Intelligent Power Module, in the Power Electronic Board, or PCB, or in one of the components associated with the operation of the inverter circuit. Among the main causes that can generate this type of error code are wiring problems or loose connections, failures in the IPM Intelligent Power Module, damage to the outdoor unit fan motor, mechanical or electrical failures in the inverter compressor, failures in the outdoor electronic board or PCB. Remember that the description of this video contains the link to access our complete course on electronics applied to refrigeration and air conditioning. To solve this type of error code, it is recommended to perform a complete, organized, and safe technical procedure. The first step consists of completely checking the wiring of the outdoor unit, the main PCB board, and the IPM board. It is very important to inspect for sulfated terminals, loose wires, overheated connectors, or false contacts. Next, the supply voltage to the compressor must be measured during startup and also at the exact moment when the failure appears. In many inverter systems, the main DC bus voltage should be approximately between 310 and 350 VDC. If the voltage is abnormal, the electrical supply, rectifier bridge, filter capacitors, and the general condition of the inverter module must be checked. Another important point is to inspect the inverter reactor and measure its resistance. Normally, this component presents values close to 0.1 ohms. In addition, it must be verified that there is no continuity between the terminals and ground or the metallic chassis of the unit. Likewise, the refrigerant pressures and the general condition of the refrigeration system must be checked. Low refrigerant charge, excessive refrigerant charge, restrictions in the piping, or a dirty condenser can cause high discharge temperatures and overcurrent in the inverter compressor. The outdoor unit fan must also be carefully inspected. If the fan operates slowly, stops, or presents speed variations, the condenser will not be able to properly dissipate heat, and the compressor will quickly enter protection mode. In addition, it is essential to verify the condition of the IPM module and the IGBT transistors of the inverter system. When there is internal damage in the IPM module, instant protections, compressor shutdown, or different codes related to overcurrent and overheating may appear. The correct way to test the IPM module is by using a multimeter in diode test mode. Before performing any measurement, the equipment must be completely disconnected from the electrical supply. Remember that electrolytic capacitors can store high voltages even after disconnecting the equipment, so it is recommended to discharge them using a suitable electrical resistor. Before starting the diagnosis, verify that the heatsink plate is correctly attached to the IPM, since poor thermal dissipation can cause overheating and internal damage to the module. Next, read the reference or identification of the IPM and search for it on the Internet or in the manufacturer's datasheet to correctly identify the function of each terminal or pin of the module. With the multimeter in diode scale, place the black or negative probe of the multimeter on the pin corresponding to the positive power supply of the IPM. Place the red or positive probe on terminals U, V, and W. The measurements obtained between each pair of terminals should be similar or practically identical. Then perform the test again. Place the red or positive probe on the negative power supply terminal of the IPM. place the black or negative probe on terminals U, V, and W. As in the previous test, all measurements should present similar values. If any of the measurements present very different values, direct continuity or short circuit, it is very likely that the IPM module is defective. An error code may also be activated due to internal electrical problems in the inverter compressor. To perform the diagnosis, the equipment must first be completely disconnected from the electrical supply, and then the power terminals of the inverter compressor must be disconnected. Using a multimeter in the ohms scale, measure the electrical resistance between the pairs of terminals of the inverter compressor. The resistance values obtained between each pair of terminals must be practically identical. In addition, the measurements should never indicate a value of 0 ohms. They should also never indicate infinite resistance. These conditions could indicate an internal short circuit or an open winding in the inverter compressor. Next, using the multimeter in megaohms or insulation scale, measure the electrical resistance between each compressor terminal and the metallic housing of the compressor. In all measurements, the value displayed by the multimeter must be infinite or extremely high, indicating that there is no current leakage to ground or damage in the internal insulation of the inverter compressor. Remember once again that the description of this video contains the link to access our complete course on electronics applied to refrigeration and air conditioning. The confirmed brands that specifically use the PC04 error code are Media, Springer Media, Comfy, Mr. Cool, some Mars OEM inverter platforms. In LG equipment, the following codes frequently appear: CH21, CH22, CH26, CH52, CH62. These codes are related to inverter compressor overcurrent, inverter current protection, inverter compressor startup errors, communication failures, IPM or inverter module overheating. In media equipment, the most common codes are P0, P1, P2, P4, P5, and H6. These codes are associated with IGBT current protection, voltage problems, high compressor temperature, inverter compressor drive errors, IPM module protection. In carrier equipment based on the media inverter platform, the following codes frequently appear: P0, P1, P2, P4, P5. In Daikin systems, the codes most related to this type of anomaly are E5, L3, and U4, associated with inverter compressor overcurrent, IPM module overheating. In Panasonic equipment, the following codes frequently appear: H15 and H16, related to current anomalies, inverter compressor protection, IPM module protection. In Samsung systems, the codes E154 and E186 indicate inverter IPM module failures or anomalies in the inverter power circuit. In Mitsubishi electric systems, the following codes may appear: E6, E9, and P2, related to inverter failures, inverter module protection, IPM system overcurrent. In York equipment, the following codes are frequent: F1, F19, F22, F27, and F4, associated with IPM module protection, voltage problems, inverter system overcurrent, compressor errors, condensing unit overheating. In GRE systems, the following codes commonly appear: E4, E5, E6, UE, P6, and P8, related to high discharge temperature, overcurrent protection, communication failures, inverter or IPM system protection.